Oh, happy day. What's up, everybody? How am I sounding to you guys? Let me see. Check OBS. Testing. Yeah, mic going through. All right. What's up, everybody? How's things looking and sounding for you guys? Well, we're gonna do something. We're gonna do something a little new. We're gonna do a live, not necessarily a reaction. Oh, there's one video I haven't seen yet that I'm going to react to, but it's gonna be a live impressions and dissection of the recent releases of videos. Of trailers for Resident Evil 3 Remake. Ladies and gentlemen, it is here. It is upon us. Is everything looking all right in the stream? Can you guys hear me well? Let's see. Let me refresh this real quick. All right, here we go. Yeah, you guys weren't coming in on the chat. All right. What's up, Level Terror? King of Nothing, what's up? Evil Panda, this is definitely coming out on Xbox. Do not worry. It was revealed during a Sony press conference, a Sony thing. So Sony's not going to put, Xbox logos on anything that's premiering on their stuff. But it is definitely coming out on Xbox. So it'll probably be on Switch as well. But yes. All right, guys. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to take a look at the trailer again. I've seen it already, of course. I was up early. I saw it live. And it was, well, we'll get into what it was. But we're going to take a look at it, and then we're going to take a look at the developer's message. I haven't watched that one. I guess they're going to go in depth about the game and what we can expect from it. And I'm going to check that out. And then we're going to look at some screenshots and then go frame by frame and look at the video, the trailer, and I'm going to give my thoughts on the look of things and what I was thinking when I watched the trailer for the first time. But, we're going to go ahead and take a peek at the video. Hopefully it's not too loud. If it's too loud, let me know and I will drop the volume. But here we go. Let's check this out, folks. The hype is real.
Stay strong. Don't give in to fear out there, right?
How did this
All right, calm
happen?
down, buddy. Calm down.
Send reinforcements. No, wait, hurry up. Help me.
So we got some basic recaps of Resident Evil 2, all right, right here. And I was very confused. We'll get into it. When I watched it live, I was very confused and very worried. I don't remember that text being on the live feed of this when they first unveiled it. Jack Ryan, thank you for the donation, $2. The Return of the King, thank you, my friend. You humble me so much. Thank you very much. Alright, so this scene had me very worried. I was very confused, but we'll just get into my initial thoughts when I saw this. I was like, oh no, they're making it first person like RE7. Because in my mind, I was like, this has to be RE3, but then I was confused. We'll get into it after it runs. We'll just let it go.
Over here.
What the hell? How could this many people be infected?
This city is completely cut off, isolated.
Don't look at me like that, all right? I'm not infected.
But right now it's got a hard-on for the only 2 stars left in town.
They don't need a bleeding heart like you getting in the way.
Star's
office has to be in this direction.
It gets worse every night.
They don't want the world to know what they've done.
Oh, my head.
What's wrong with Umbrella? Get in!
I can't stop them all.
You gotta get out of there.
You guys are the ones who caused all of this.
No, wait.
Oh, come on.
We've got to be dreaming.
I'm glad they're keeping the logo going like that. Although I do think they should have made the R and the E purple.
Commitment, honesty, integrity, these are the core values that create the foundation for Umbrella Corp.
April 3rd. That is right around the corner, man. All right, man. Look. Yes. All right. First of all, kudos to Capcom. This was brilliant marketing. If that leak hadn't happened where the pictures came out on the PSN, the PlayStation Store, or and Steam, or whatever networks they came out on, if that had never happened, this would have been the most amazing fucking release of announcement, just media promotion announcement of any game that I have ever seen. Because first they initially announced Resident Evil Project Resistance, and nobody was hyped for that. I'm pretty sure nobody. I certainly wasn't. I did not care about that. I thought it was going to be just like Umbrella Corps, just another standalone game and all that stuff. And we were, and most people were like, well, we don't really want a standalone online game unless it's like Outbreak. Then we'll mess with that. But from the looks of it, it wasn't like Outbreak at all. It was very reminiscent of like the Friday the 13th game and the what's the other one? I forget what it's called, but Silent Fear or something. I don't remember, but it's basically a one versus four where you like 4 players go against one and the one is super powerful. And it was going to be something like that, and nobody was excited for that. And we were like, oh, well, there wasn't really any attention on that. And then the leak started happening with RE3, and we're like, man, what is Capcom doing? They're going to have this log jam of Resident Evil games. You got Project Resistance, and then the rumored RE3 is coming out the same year, and, it's barely a year removed from Resident Evil 2. Like, what a log jam. But come to find out that Resident Evil 3 is its own standalone game, campaign, and Project Resistance is going to be the secondary game, the bonus of it, so to speak. So it was like a fake out on their behalf, on their part. It's like they knew we didn't really want standalone games like Umbrella Corps and online only, cooperative shooters and stuff like that. They knew that wasn't the bread and butter of Resident Evil, right? So they put out the Project Resistance trailer first as like a slow burn type of thing, and they were going to have Resident Evil 3 come out and shock us. Like, what? It's a part of that? It's not its own game? It all makes sense now. But of course, that was kind of ruined by the leak. Now, watching the State of Play thing, man. Yeah, it's called Dead by Daylight. Yeah, that's what it was. What's up, Blah Blah Wolf? What do we got? Oh, we're going to get into how everybody looks, man. We're going to get into that. Oh, man, we're going to get into that. So, when I was watching this thing live, right, I was like, okay, I'm waiting for RE3. And then it got to the Capcom portion because it was just a video segment, kind of like Nintendo Direct or whatever. I think companies are doing this now. It's not something I'm really all that aware of, but I guess no more on-stage stuff. There's certain events where you just have videos playing and a narrator. And I don't hate it. But, an on-stage presence is still, like, number one to me. But they got to Capcom, and I was like, oh, here we go. And then Project Resistance, the thumb of Project Resistance showed up. And I was like, oh, okay. They're going to talk about Project Resistance probably first. And then maybe RE3 will come at the end or something like that. At the end of the State of Play for Sony or whatever. So it started playing, and I was immediately confused because it didn't quite look like what I would expect RE Project Resistance to look like as far as the styling of the trailer. And I was like, oh, okay, this is events from Resident Evil 2. All right, so at this point, I'm totally not expecting RE3 whatsoever. I'm totally just expecting information about Project Resistance, and maybe this is some fancy trailer that's just recounting Resident Evil 2 to get us in the mood to revisit, because the gameplay we've seen has been a lot of assets of Resident Evil 2, of characters from Resident Evil 2, like the zombies, the monsters, the lickers, Mr. X, and stuff like that. We didn't see like any assets, like any the brain drain monsters or whatever they're called, or Nemesis, of course, or anything like that. They just looked like assets from RE2, right? So I just figured, okay, they're just trying to hype us up for Project Resistance and say, hey, this is just assets from RE2, the game that you guys really liked, and it's going to be on Project Resistance. So check this out. And then And then the countdown went back, and then we got this first-person perspective, and it just didn't look like Project Resistance. I was like, oh, the first thing I thought was, okay, this is RE3. And then immediately my heart sank because I was like, wait a minute, they talked about this being a Project Resistance, more information about Project Resistance, right? And we get in this whole first-person perspective, and I was like, okay, this is RE3 because she was running away from something. And when I think of someone running away from something in Resident Evil, out of all of them, I think of Resident Evil 3. Now, I don't think of Mr. X because he doesn't show up that much in the original game. He and you don't need to really run from him because he's slow-moving. Really, you could just run a little bit and then take pop shots at him. So immediately when I saw running, I was like, okay, this is RE3. And then my heart sank because I was like, oh no, it's going to be some add-on DLC for Project Resistance, and Project Resistance is going to be the main thing. And my heart sank. I was not enjoying what I was seeing because I was disappointed inside because I was like, the State of Play set it up as, here's more footage for Project Resistance. Mind you, I did not hear, as soon as I saw Project Resistance, my brain kind of turned off and my ears shut off and I wasn't listening to it anymore because they distinctly said before they started the video, they said that this is an exclusive look at the main campaign of Project Resistance. I didn't hear none of that. If I had heard that, I probably would have been tipped off and been like, main campaign, and my heart wouldn't have sunk and I wouldn't have been thinking this is some kind of freaking side add-on. They're doing RE3 dirty. The whole time I was thinking they're just making RE3 some little side DLC thing, some quick and simple thing. And then on top of that, I was seeing the first person perspective. So at this point I was convinced it was RE3, and I was convinced that it was just going to be some little side stuff for Project Resistance. So I saw the first person perspective and I was like, oh no. Because the first person perspective, her running through the apartments or the building, it was going on for a long time. And I was like, man, they're putting a lot of emphasis on this first-person perspective. She's been running for like almost a minute or something. And it's like, man, we're going to be in first person for RE3. How could they do this? And I was not happy. I was not enjoying what I was seeing because I was disappointed. I was thinking, oh, man, it's going to be DLC and it's going to be first person. And then when she crashed through, of course, I saw the outfit. Thanks to the leaks, I recognized it, and I was disappointed. I was also disappointed with her face, but my opinions about her face changed. For whatever reason, whenever they have the initial face review for any of the characters, even in RE2 Remake, when they first showed Leon after he shoots the zombie who's eating the cop and they show Leon's face, that first initial viewing of their face, I never like it. I didn't like Leon's, and I did not like Jill's here. But much like with Leon and here with Jill, once I saw more pictures of her and the thing went on, I saw her from different angles, I was like, okay, I like it. But for whatever reason, Capcom picks the wrong angles to first reveal these characters. I did not like her. I also didn't like her pants. It looked like her pants were too baggy. Like, when they first released that picture, you couldn't see her pants, and I immediately knew, okay, if they put her in like some black tactical pants, tight fitting with a whole lot of pockets and stuff like that, it'll look cool. But when she crashed through that door and before she turned around, you could see her, basically her full body. She was kneeled down. Her pants just looked baggy. It looked like she was wearing just regular slacks. And I was like, oh, I don't like her design as much as I thought I would. I wish they had done something better with her pants. And then she turned around and I was like, oh. But then it got rolling and the trailer didn't blow me away, as I said, because I didn't hear nothing about this being the main campaign and it being an exclusive or anything like that. So I was just like, oh man, DLC. And even at the end when they were, let's go over there. Even at the end when they said all this, when they said that, I still wasn't I was still confused. I didn't know if this was a main title. I didn't know if Resident Evil 3 was the center of any of this. I want a Dino Crisis remake. Heck yeah. Shit, I'll take a Code Veronica remake as well. How much Project Resistance was going to be its own thing? I feel like it was afterthought, a lukewarm reception, attack. I don't know. So what I'm basically saying is it wasn't clear that this was Resident Evil 3 with Project Resistance stamped onto it, I thought it was Project Resistance with Resident Evil 2 sewn on, tacked on. But even at the end of the state of play, it says that Project Resistance is a bonus. And whatever the narrator was saying at the beginning and end of this reveal, I just did not hear her. Because a lot of my worries would have been, squashed if I had just heard her say, it's an added bonus. Project Resistance is just a bonus. And this is just, I didn't hear none of that. So, so basically, it wasn't until after I got all the information that I got really hyped. And it wasn't until after we got some screenshots and stuff like that I got really hyped and excited and realized that this is a game that was their plan all along. It was kind of a fake out, which is pretty interesting on their behalf. I can't believe Capcom would do something like that. But let's see what you guys are talking about here. Yeah, Code Veronica. I'm not sure if they'll redo Code Veronica because I kind of feel like the graphics on that game are a little are a little more modern, so they don't really need to. I mean, I would happily take it. It would definitely be my least hyped out of the three. If they remake 2, 3, and Code Veronica, that would be the least hyped I am. Unless they really, I don't know, take some liberties. Because Code Veronica is my least favorite RE, but I'll still take it. All right? I'll still take it. All right? Yeah, I haven't seen the gameplay video, the gameplay developer video, or whatever the heck it's called yet. I'm going to watch that live with you guys and we'll get more information. But and then we'll look at the screenshots and we'll dissect the video further, and I'll tell you what I like. I already told you I wasn't digging Jill, but I feel better about her. But there's 2 characters that we've seen so far that I am absolutely in love with the way they look. And we will get into that. But first, I am going to check out this developer's message video, special developer message gameplay first look. I'm going to check that out for the first time. I don't know what they're going to be talking about, and it's going to be in depth, and so I'm just going to clam up and interject here and there about surprises and what they're saying or what I feel about it. And then we'll get into really a dissection of all the stuff.
バイオハザード RE3 のプロデューサー、川田と
同じくプロデューサーのピートです。最初は商品の説明からいきましょうか。
バイオハザードシリーズ屈指の人気キャラクターである、ジル・バレンタインが今回活躍するバイオハザード RE3 とオンラインマルチプレイのバイオハザードレジスタンスの2タイトルを今回1本に収録して2020年4月3日発売となります。
That's
発売ま
incredible
で
though.
結構近いやんと驚いてくれたら嬉しいな。
ファンの方からもバイオハザード3のリメイク要望っていうのはやっぱりたくさんいただいてまして、今回ついに発表できたっていうのは大変開発者の人としても嬉しく思ってます。
ぜひバイオハザード RE3 を体験してほしいですね。
Oh, so cool.
まず、主人公であるジル・バレンタインの紹介です。
Yes, please do. Let's
彼
talk.
女はシリーズ第作の主人公の一人でしたね。
She looks
彼
great
女は
right
第
there.
一作の事件以降、元凶であるアンブレラ社の捜査を続けていましたが、事態が急変します。パンデミックが発生したラクーンシティから脱出を図らなければならなくなります。
Oh shit! This gameplay. Oh, this is great! Oh, she looks great! Oh,
Gotta get that train moving.
that's the zombie from part 2. Oh,
ご覧いただいている通り、
oh hell
ビハイ
yeah!
ンドビューを採用しており、バイオハザード RE2 と同じような操作性でゲーム
Oh my god! Look at that blood on the wall.
オリジナルから衣装など変わ
Oh man, I like her
開
new
発
out.
の
I like
結
it.
構気に入ってますけどね。
Once she gets the side pack and all the gear on it, it looks great.
RE2 と比較してもアクション寄りに作られていますので、それに合わせた、リメイクっていうのを行っています。
Okay, it's gonna be more action oriented. I don't know how people are gonna feel about that.
改めてデザインの方を起こしている、設定になっていま
Oh,
す。
she looks great, man.
カルロスもオリジナルから
Holy
だいぶ見た
smokes.
目変わって渋くなりましたね。
頼りがいがあるキャラクターとして、ジルと共に、ラクーンシティからの脱出を図る、そういったキャラクターに今回、生まれ変わっています。次はバイオハザード RE3 でも、最重要なキャラクターともいえる、ネメシスの紹介です。
シリーズでトップクラスに人気を誇り、オリジナルの頃追跡者とも呼ばれてましたね。
RE2 でも恐怖の対象であった
Oh, man, this is
タ
gonna
イ
be
ラント以
fucking
上
great.
にさまざまな方法でジルを追い詰めていきます。
Oh, you're gonna get into this, huh?
そ
More
れではもう
RE3.
一つのタイトル、バイオハザード・レジスタンスについても少し紹介しましょう。
こちらは先日クローズドベータテストも行い好評いただいたオンライン対戦ゲームにもなります。
本作は4人のサバイバル脱出をマスターマインドが創出する非対称の対戦ゲームになります。
マスターマインドはクリーチャーを操ったり罠を仕掛けたりといった今までのシリーズにはなかった面白さがあります。
一方サバイバーは4人で協力してマスターマインドの作り出した窮地を乗り越える達成感を味わいます。
This is fucking great, man.
バイオハザード RE3 はシングルプレイのバイオハザード RE3、キャンペーンモードとオンラインマルチプレイ対戦の、バイオハザードレジスタンスの2タイトルを収録して2020年4月3日発売となります。またジルバレンタインのフィギュアなどが同梱されたコレクター
I'm
ズ
actually
エディ
gonna
ション
get
も発売
that
となります。
collector's edition,
数
guys.
量
I
限
didn't
定
get
なので
RE2.
ファンの方
I'm not a
は
collector's
ぜひ
edition
チェックし
guy,
てください
but
ね。
RE3 is my favorite
コレ
RE,
クターズエディ
man.
ションに付属するジルバレンタインのフィギュアです。
ようできてますね。
やはりディティールにかなりこだわった作りになっていますし、それだけに非常に良い仕上がりになっているのではないかなと思います。今回のこのジルフィギュアのスケールなんですけれども、以前発売されている、レオンの
I like the
フィギュ
Leon
アとも
figure
ですね
too,
サイズを合
but
わせて
it
作られてます
wouldn't.
ので、こ
I'm
う
not a
並べて
collector's
飾る
edition
ことが
guy,
でき
so
る
that didn't persuade me to get
大変
RE2. But
コレクター
the
性
love
の
I have for
高い
RE3 is so
フィギュアにな
immense
っている
that
かと思います
I have to do something uncharacteristic.
というところでいかがでしたでしょうか。
本作が発売できるのもすべてバイオファンの皆さんに応援をいただいているおかげです。このような素晴らしいコミュニティがなければ、ここまで実現できなかったと思います。
And completely to echo what he just said, it's really thanks to the community that we can make a game like this. So thank you so much for your continued support, and we hope you look forward to the game.
ではまたお会いしましょう。
See ya.
That's fucking great, man. Hold on, we need to run that back and see that damn gameplay again. That is, all my fears are erased. Like I said during that state of play trailer, I was extremely confused because I had already been thinking that RE3 might just be DLC to RE2, maybe even because there was this leak where a new trophy. Oh no fucking ads. There was a new
I've got a lot of shopping to do.
fuck off. There was a leak where there was a new trophy added on Steam, I believe, for RE2, and I was thinking, man, because it had been so fast. If they're really coming out with RE3, it's so damn quick, you know. Like it took them 3-4 years or something like that to release RE2 remake. So I was just like, man, they're coming out with it so fast. It might just freaking be some type of add-on, like a real quick, like maybe an hour-long playthrough of the events of RE3, you know? But so I was already worried about it just being DLC, you know? And then they hit you with this whole Project Resistance thing, and then they were like, oh, we're going to talk about Project Resistance now. And then they showed RE3, and I was like, oh, it's going to be an add-on to Project Resistance. But this is fucking great. It's clearly not.
We're survivors. We've got to get that train moving.
What did she say? She said, no survivors?
We're survivors. We've got to get that train moving.
That's crazy. You get to see survivors running around. So this is going to be more so not in the aftermath of the outbreak, but in the midst of it. Oh, Stagler gas station back there. Oh, this is orgasmic. Holy crap. Oh shit. Anthony Jordan Movies and More, thank you for the $1 donation, the super chat. Thank you very much. I appreciate your generosity. Oh man, I like I said, I was very confused, man. I was very confused because I thought, I was like, oh no, they're just making it DLC to attach on Project Resistance, and the first person camera thing that lasted almost a minute had me scared too. Oh, it's gonna be like RE7. Of course, it's just DLC. Why not fucking make it first person and have some fun with it and shit? And I was like, RE3 deserves better than this. It deserves more attention and more respect than that. And come to find out, nope. It's a standalone game, and Project Resistance is the afterthought. That's the thing that's being tacked on. So you can watch that gameplay bit one more time. That is exquisite, man. And we're gonna look at the pictures as well. Yeah, I have some high quality pictures of this stuff. Oh, it's fucking great. It's literally, I wasn't even asking much from RE3. All I wanted them to do was just have the same exact gameplay, same exact physics, gore, same exact gore. The gore was fantastic in RE2. Keep that the same. So far, it looks like it's exactly the same. Oh, she just dipped on him. There goes that dodge mechanic. They put in the dodge mechanic, which looks a lot more interesting or a lot more useful than it did in the original. It looks like you can just duck out of the way. But Jill looks great, man. I don't know what the hell was going on with that first reveal when she was leaning against the wall and she turns around. I did not dig her, but I dig her here. She looks, facially wise, she looks great. Even her pants look better. Everything just looks better in the stills and in the gameplay than that reveal than when she crashed out of the building and was leaning against the wall. But man, oh man. I also noticed some people were saying stuff like this Project Resistance pictures. We'll get into those later, but since the leak, a lot of people have been saying stuff that's been getting on my nerves because everybody was like, why is this game coming out so fast? And I was very worried about that too, but people were saying stuff like, well, the original Resident Evil 3 was just basically a reskin of Resident Evil 2, and it was mostly consisted of assets from Resident Evil 2, and you visit, most of the game is just locations that you already visited in Resident Evil 2 that you're visiting again, and so it's probably easy for them to just make it. That's 159% not true. Resident Evil 3 is its own unique game. Everything, it's 98% its own game. The only assets that return to that game are the police station, and you're in there, your first time you're in there, tops 15 minutes, if that. Once you know what you're doing, you're in and out of there in 5. All right, and you never have to go back to the police station again. You just grab 3 key items. But in comments, in these YouTubers who freaking make these little like these hype videos where they try to act like they're Resident Evil fans, and you can tell that they don't really know what they're talking about. If they're saying RE3 is just a reskin or it just reuses it reuses literally just the police station. And even then, it's only certain rooms, and even then the police station is altered a bit. And even then, it doesn't play a huge part of the game whatsoever. It's just a place for you to get 3 key items and get introduced to Nemesis. That's it. You're out of there, lickety split, and you never go back. You never need to go back. Even the streets areas that lead you up to the police station RE3 are totally different areas than what led you up to it in RE2. The only thing that's the same as RE is the police station, and it bothers me that this misinformation keeps getting it kind of discredits, doesn't give Resident Evil 3 its proper respects, because people are just going to look at it like, oh, it was just some add-on game. It makes it sound like it was a ripoff, and it was absolutely not. It was a whole new game from the ground up. The police station was literally just an Easter egg. That's all that shit was just an Easter egg, as far as I'm concerned, man. But I'm telling you, I've been deep diving in a rabbit hole about this whole rumor stuff, and I've been watching a lot of people's videos and thoughts on Resident Evil, and in the comments and even in the videos, people have been saying this constantly. So if you ever hear anybody say this, they don't know what they're talking about. They don't know Resident Evil. They don't know the classics, at least. They probably never played them or didn't play them enough to realize that. But RE3 literally is like a 98% new game. Different zombies, no lickers, no Mr. X, there's hunters. All the zombies are different. The zombie models are completely different. The best zombie models out of all the first 3 are in RE3. They're more varied, and you got more women zombies and all that. It's good shit. Anyways, that was my rant. It's just pissed me off. I saw it so much. Like, you guys are lying on Resident Evil 3 right now. Nemesis, you guys need to stop. But okay. First of all, let me say, there was 2 characters. Can you guys guess the 2 characters that I feel look absolutely amazing? That look like 100%, like I'm 100% satisfied with. Like when I first saw them, I was like 100% in love with how they looked. Can you guys guess? Because I know some of them, I mean, people have been complaining about the way people looked or how the characters were looking for a while. Okay, we got Nemesis and Carlos. You know, people were pretty much everybody had something to say about the way when these first images came out about how they looked, about how characters look. Nemesis and Carlos again. So you guys are half right. I was absolutely in love with how Carlos looked. Carlos looks fucking amazing in every way, shape, or possible. People were complaining about his hair. I like his hair. His hair is great. Don't at me. His hair is fine. I like his grizzled. He looks grizzled now, you know? And I like his color swap. He's no longer wearing bright colors. He's wearing black. It's fucking great. He looks awesome. His arms are hairy and dirty. He looks rough, man. In RE3, listen, I don't have any problems with how Carlos looked in Resident Evil 3 Nemesis at all. I love the way he looked. It was the look at the time where everybody was super pretty. Everybody was a pretty boy, a pubescent boy looking pretty, you know, hero guy. I have no problems with how Carlos looked. I don't think Carlos looked bad then. But for this darker, gritty, photorealistic perspective they're trying to do for the RE, he fits perfectly into what they did with RE2 Remake. And I just absolutely love the way this bloke here, he looks great. He looks great. He looks so good that I would love to see him in his own game. Like, he looks so good that you can't just have him show up in RE3 Nemesis Remake and let that be it. That design for him is so good. And even in the trailers, when he was, you know, it was raining and his hair was wet and it's dark and his outfit is fucking dark as it should be, you know, it was fucking fantastic. John144, thank you for the donation, my friend. Thank you for your constant generosity with the super chats. I appreciate it. You are awesome. Go reserve the game. Here's some chump change. I'm definitely going to, if the pre-orders are up now, I'll go get that collector's edition right now. But yeah, Carlos looks fantastic, guys. Carlos looks fantastic. I remember when I first saw these pictures, one thing I did not like about the way Jill looked, because you couldn't really see her pants. Even the pictures, this picture you could see more of her pants, but I remember the first ones they had the logo on top of it. You couldn't see her pants at all, really. But I did not like her little elbow pad here. I did not think that made any sense. I've never seen any tactical person or anybody in SWAT or doing any type of, you know, police work wearing an elbow pad. And I just thought it looked out of place. It just didn't look right. I thought it would look better without that. That's the only thing I didn't like about her look in this picture. And I still felt like I needed to see what her lower half looked like, because I knew they weren't going to throw her in the skirt. But you know, I wasn't totally sold on her face. And then Nemesis. I mean, I didn't like I said, I didn't hate anything about it, but I was just I thought it was okay. But I wasn't blown away by it. And then, like, there was another, I don't have that picture on here, but there's another picture where it says Biohazard Z version, where it's a side shot of him, where I thought, oh, okay, this looks way better, because I was hoping that he would look more horrific in the fact that he has human skin stretched across his face, like as if his face didn't fit anymore. So the scientist just said, fuck it, just stretch it over him. So he looks somewhat human, and like it's like, you know how you try to put on like a beanie or something, and you pull it all the way down, and if you like, it's like you put it on top of your head and you pull it all the way down past your ears, past your chin to your shoulders, and then you just staple it there, and like your beanie's looking stretched, but it's still on your head, but it's like stretched so it stays in place or something like that. That's what I thought they were gonna do with his skin, and you'd be able to see his jaw, his chin, teeth, and like more of the jaw. Like if this skin didn't connect here and here, and it was like stretched to a connect like right here, and it just looked like he just put skin on and just haphazardly just forced it down, and like, you know, under, like his head's really just a red blood ball, and he just wanted to, like, you know, he was like, I don't look human no more, let me put a face on me. and he just did it shittily like some Leatherface stuff. That's what I thought they were going to do, but as you can see, it's more so just this part that got stretched. But I think if they would have done that, he would have looked horrifying. Just the skin just stretched like that. The nose didn't really bother me. The teeth were interesting. I don't know about this thing right here. You know, there's more pictures of it that we'll get into. Get to scrolling. But yeah, like I said, I loved Carlos. So Carlos and the other character, I was totally in love with the way they looked. Was Brad. More so when you see him in the trailer and the way he's like talking and stuff like that. It just seems like he's like an interesting character. Like they really did his character justice, so to speak. I get this to go away. Let's see. There we go. So in the trailer, the way he was talking and the facial expressions he had, he just looked so like an interesting character. Like he's probably a character that has so much personality, maybe a jokester, loudmouth, you know, kind of you know, quit. Like he didn't just seem like, he didn't seem distressed and like just like, you know, like rattled so much in the trailer. Like just the way he looked. Like we would have to look at the trailer again. Let me see if I could pull it up. I have the trailer up here so I could like slow things down easier on here. You can literally go frame by frame. Let's see where is he at? Let's see. Right here. It's like you can really like the way his face looks, like he looks realistic, like Brad brought to life, and he looks just like he did in that picture in the lower staircase area in front of the RPD.
But right now it's got a hard-on for the only 2 stars left.
Yeah, I love the way he looks right there.
But right now it's got a hard-on for the only 2 stars.
It's just the way he like he looks like he could be a star. It's like that's what I want from the characters. Like,
2 stars left in town.
Like they've got to do something.
But right now it's got a hard-on for the only 2.
Hold on.
But right now it's got a hard-on for the only 2 stars.
Like I love the way he looks. Look at that. I mean, he looks awesome. I love it. He looks so good right there. Like his face, like I could just, he's like that guy in the group of survivors who's like trying to push the envelope to do something, and he's like, "We're all gonna get killed. You guys are stupid." It's like he's just he's got that annoying jerk, but like he kind of has good points. Like, man, like I would probably consider what he's saying, but he's not really a team player and like all that stuff. Like I love the way his facial expressions and just the look of him right here. I really hope he has a bigger role in this and he doesn't die super quick. I am praying. I like how Jill has the badge on her hip. I like that as well. Looks like an unemployed dude. I still think the Nemesis. Yeah. I don't know. Like you gotta I'm kind of waiting to see how he's gonna look when, you know, he's chasing you down and it's dark and he's yelling and shit. You know, I feel like it won't bother so much. It probably would have been better if they just had the holes, like, you know how a skeleton has the nose holes. If they had just had that instead of just a nose, like it was gone and he just had holes in his head where his nose should be. Yeah, exactly what Lisa did, but like really, they could have made it really grisly. You know, but I love the way Brad looks. Those are 2 characters I absolutely love. Let's go ahead and take another look at the pictures again. I'm in my Sony Vegas, guys. This is what I make. This is what I've made for the past 4 years. All my Let's Plays have been edited in this thing. You guys are getting an exclusive behind-the-scene looks at my editing software that I use and stuff like that. But yeah, Brad looks great, man. Gosh, and these high-quality images, man, really get you a perspective of how the game's gonna look. Because when that first trailer on the State of Play came out, the resolution and stuff didn't do it justice. Like that also kind of helped me in thinking that this was just an add-on, because I was like, oh, it doesn't look anywhere near as good as Resident Evil 2 Remake did. They didn't put the same amount of effort graphical effort. It looks like a totally different team made this, but it was just because the quality of that video was not good. When you look at, the developer's diary, the developer message video, and these pictures, and then the trailer in better quality, clearly this is ripped right. Like they were doing this the same time they were doing RE2 Remake. Oh! Guys. Come on, guys. Come on, man. Guys. Oh my God, this is great. This is great. She looks so great with all that gear on, man. Dirty. Oh, hair's wet. Look at that. In the sewers. Woo. Woo. Folks. This is a glorious day. Man, what a gnarly ass reveal trailer, man. Going from completely unsure and worried. I was very worried because I was very confused. The whole thing was confusing, and I did not expect this from Capcom to go about it this way, like a trick, And it was like, even when it happened, I was still confused. I thought it was a part of Project Resistance, like some tacked on shit. But no, this is a full-fledged campaign, a full-fledged game. This is the main event, man. It's not Project Resistance. It's this. This is fantastic. She's got the knife here on her hip, the radio. So I think she'll probably be making some radio calls or some walkie-talkie communications with Carlos here and there. The beautiful Carlos. Carlos looks great. And it looks like she has jeans on. Like, yeah, man, you couldn't see any of these details when she first burst out of that building, coming out of the first-person perspective. Butt looks great. Butt looks good. Butt looks great. She's got the straps. It's just fantastic, and I love the fact that the characters get dirty. I always appreciate that in games, like in the Arkham games. You're playing with Batman, and by the end of the game, his cape's all shredded. He's all dirty. He's got bullet holes in his armor, and even in Arkham Origins, his little gauntlets on his wrists and arms, they're all scratched to hell from blocking blades and blocking kicks and punches and hitting shit. I love it when stuff gets dirty like this and the character models change and get weathered. It's fantastic. Looks like she has a little modified gun on her. Is that what that is? Like, you can add the little stock on it that Leon did in RE2. Is that what that is? Yeah, the clip looks a little extended. Oh man, this is all they had to do. Man. Was just and I know, like, I knew that reviewers wouldn't understand, like stupid reviewers just trying to clout chase if they did it how I said. Like, the bare minimum they had to do was just make the gameplay exactly like RE2. Have Nemesis chase you around instead of Mr. X. Same graphics, same effects, gore, all that the same, but just, different, city in the city with Jill and all that stuff. I'd be perfectly happy. And I knew the reviewers would be like, oh, they didn't build upon it enough, and it's too much like RE2. This is just a cash grab. I would not have given a shit. RE2 was so good that's all they needed to do. But I'm pretty sure they're gonna add tons more to it, and it's gonna be. I just hope it's as close as it gets to RE2, the better. And it's looking like it's gonna be that way. But man, this is great. So this is probably where you encounter that gigantic worm, because you weren't in the sewers for too long. I hope they elaborate on the sewer area. Maybe you get to hang down the sewers, and I want it to be like we're trapped down there, like she wants to get the hell out of the sewers. Like maybe she falls into it because Nemesis was being an asshole, and like just rocket launcher blew a hole in the street, and she falls down here, and she's like just stuck down there, and she's trying to get the hell out, and there's all type of horrible shit. It doesn't look like spider webbing. I don't know what the hell that shit is. Maybe the G. Birkin, those horrible monsters will be here. That would be cool. That would be dope if they had those, like two of those monsters down here. And Jill was like, "What the fuck is that?" She's just running for her life down here. But this is great. Very atmospheric. Good stuff. Like I said, man, she looks like in the subsequent screenshots and other parts of the trailer, she looks fantastic. But that first face reveal, same thing with Leon in the RE2 reveal, I was not digging it. I was like, ugh, like in that face reveal. But here, she looks great. She looks a lot like Mila Jovovich, in some of these pictures, which I don't know. It doesn't bother me that she looks like Mila Jovovich or whatever. I know a lot of people, some people in the comments before I started this up were like, man, she looks like Mila Jovovich. I don't like it, but I don't care if she looks like her, but I do get some vibes from her here. As long as she's not her, that's all I care about, you know? Yeah, I don't care that she slightly resembles her a bit, but that's great. Look at the dirt on her shoulder. Oh, man, the blood. Oh, guys, sweating a little bit. Taking a load off. Oh, man, this shit is awesome. Yeah, I really hope they give Brad a separate campaign. That'll be pretty awesome. He deserve it, but I kind of don't think they'll do anything like that because there's Project Resistance there, you know? So I'm thinking they probably won't even go there. So this is great, little background shots. It feels like it's a lot more colorful than Resident Evil 2 Remake was. Of course, you weren't outside for that long, but seeing as I guess you're going to be in the city, you can see the RPD in the background. It's definitely a lot more colorful with all the neon signs. This is going to look gorgeous on our modern TVs with, you know, HDR and even just with the color up. It's gonna look so delicious. I can already tell, man. I just hope they add, like, you know, it's okay if they have some returning zombie types. I just hope they add some new zombie types. You know, it doesn't have to be a lot. Just, you know, give me a handful of new zombie types or whatever. You know, for us to kill. I know they're gonna have some throwback zombie types that, like, you know, iterate on like there was that one, the little tank top zombie. And then there was another one. He was wearing like some weird 80s. Oh, there was a girl. She was wearing like some weird 80s outfit. It looked like some little red jumpsuit or something like that. You know? And then there was, you know, I just hope that they, you know, iterate. There was awesome female zombies in that game too. There were some female zombies that were wearing like evening dresses or like, you know, fancy little dresses, and they're like only showed up in the clock tower area. There was like a few of them. One was wearing like a black dress, and another one was wearing maybe like a white one. And then there was a female zombie with like a pink shirt and like some khaki shorts and stuff like that. So I would love to see, like they did with the Misty zombie, the sole female zombie in RE2. They put her in there, pretty much exactly the same, just upgraded visuals. I hope they do that with some of the zombies. But yeah, man, loving it. Oh, holy smokes, man. Yeah, that zombie in the middle looks like the exact zombie that was in RE2. This is crazy. What is that in the background? A donut shop? Oh, man, it's fucking great. That shotgun. Yeah, the shotgun has like an extra little stock on it, like a little tactical shotgun. She probably gets a lot of her weapons from the Umbrella Rescue Squad who's coming in. And look at the size of that shell, man. Gosh, this is great. So this is a new zombie model right there, I think. At least he's wearing new clothes. There was a bald zombie in RE2 Remake. That might be him. They just gave him new clothes, which I'm fine with. If you want to just change the clothes around, that's fine. And they all have the same faces or whatever that they had in RE2. Whatever, I do not care. As long as, you know, there's some variance. Looking great. Yeah, I hope Brad gets seriously fleshed out and Brad hangs around a little bit. That would be great. You know, I want him to seem competent and, like, you know, obviously, you know, a guy who looks out for himself at the most. You know, I don't want them to paint him. That's a good way to put it. I don't want them to paint him as a coward. I just want them to paint him as kind of a selfish dude. He just looks out for himself, really, and he can survive just fine. You know, he's capable. He can kick some ass, but he's like, screw you guys, I'm out of here. Just like he did to us in RE1. You know, it wasn't so much he's scared. He's like, you know what? Fuck you guys. I'm making sure I live. Bye. But then he still has some good in him. He's like, God, I'm gonna go back. And maybe that's what gets him killed. It's like he ditches Jill, but then he decides to come back and save her, and that ends up getting him killed. But at least he did a good thing. You know, I hope they do something like that with him. Hope he's not killed super quick like in RE3. That would be freaking awesome. This is great. I'm totally impressed. Totally pumped. This is fantastic. Crazy Harps Hotel. This is great, man. A great Midwestern town, a whole lot of Americana all over the place. And it's just dark, man. Dark in the streets. The contrast, the light and the dark. Jill's looking great. Yeah, Jill's no longer fresh out of the club, guys. You know, she's not fresh out of the club from drinking, taking shots, taking fireball shots, you know, drinking adioses and you know, taking her sweater off and tying it around her waist because they're playing Miss New Booty. And she's out there on the dance floor twerking and shit because she's drunk as fuck. And she's like, fuck Chief Irons, he doesn't want to listen to me. You know, if she spazzes out on everyone and tells them they're all dead, you would all be dead without me. Yeah, you guys don't know what I've seen. And then she storms out of there all drunk and shit with her little mini skirt and tube top. This isn't that Jill. This is Jill with problems, man. She's just casually just, you know. We're going to take a look at that trailer again because there's a lot of footage in it that was interesting. But yeah, this shit looks great. Jack's Bar, Jack, something. Man, what if there's references to Outbreak in there? What if we see some characters running around? Like we see Kevin or Mark running around. Cindy, that'll be freaking awesome. You see them running around. It's just glimpses, man. We don't even have to get any interaction. We just see, like Kevin just running his ass out of there and shit. That'd be dope. Wow. There's a lot going on here, man. Damn, this almost looks like a painting. It doesn't even look like in-game footage, but I'm pretty sure, yeah. Oh, this is just a different angle from that one shot that we saw that had the RPD in the back. It's just chaos and destruction, man. It's great. Nemesis. I don't know, man. What is he wrapped in? A trash bag? I don't know. And that thing on his chest, I don't know. I'm not sold on Nemesis. I mean, I don't hate anything. I'm still reserving judgment. That those teeth, I just think my idea of having his lower jaw completely exposed and like part of his neck completely exposed and his skin was just stretched over his forehead, his nose and eyes, and it's like attached to like his traps and stuff like that, and it's just like makeshift, like shoddy job. I think that. Look at his hand right there. I don't know, man. I don't know about Nemesis. I don't know. I feel like he could have been way scarier if they had just fucking stretched his skin over his head and his head was just a red blood ball with his innards showing and all that shit and veins and shit, and you know, he just put some skin on, man. That'd be awesome. You see him kill a guy and take his skin like Leatherface, just staples it onto his head. That would have been cool. Yeah, I think Jack's Bar is something, but then I was thinking, is that from Shenmue or something? I think maybe it's from a different game. I didn't want to say. that Jill description. Yeah. But that outfit is actually going to be pre-order bonus or DLC and whatever the hell. And the way Carlos looked and shit, it's going to be interesting. But I don't know. I'm not sold on how he's looking. I don't know what he's wearing, man. It looks like he's got literally a trash bag on. I don't know what. I just don't know. I don't know. Oh! All right, man. Capcom, take my money. Take it. Ball it up. I'll ball it up and just throw it at you like it's a softball. Holy smokes. Look at Carlos. This is it, man. This is it. That is how you fucking remaster a character, man. Carlos looks great. Nikolai looks good. I mean, not Nikolai. The fuck's Mikhail. Mikhail looks good. Jill looks great, man. Yeah, with all the gear on, you can see her boots. That is fantastic. She looks awesome. One thing I've always wished they would do with the female characters in Resident Evil, but I know they never would because they want them to be 100% uber sexy, and you know, depending on what you find sexy. But I wish they would kind of rip them up a bit, not like super muscular, but definitely make her look like she hits the gym, like she has some definition in her arms. Her shoulders may be a little bigger, you know, you can see some tightness in the chest, you know, still look feminine, but look like, you know, her punch would hurt you, you know, because, you know, Not super muscular though, like how Sarah Connor looked in Terminator 2, Terminator 2. You know, like still clearly feminine, but you know, you could tell like she's lean as fuck and there's definition and all that stuff. You know, nothing crazy, but man, folks, that is great. So it's no longer a tram that they're going to be speeding on when that you get up working and shit like that. Apparently, it's going to be a subway, which is the possibilities are endless. Can you just imagine Nemesis chasing you through car and car, from train car to train car, and it's just the lights are blinking on and off, and the little rails are swinging, and you know, the little glass advertisements are getting shot and breaking, and Nemesis is fucking crushing doors, and it's gonna be crazy. I could already imagine it. I can already see it, and you know Mikhail's gonna have some awesome death. You already know. She looks great, man. Yeah, the more pictures I see of her, the more hyped I am for her. She looks fantastic. You know, I still don't like the elbow pad though. I still don't like the elbow pad. Like, I feel like if it was on both arms, okay, I could rock with it. But the fact that it's just on one, I feel like that could go. But everything else is great. She's got the big head stomper boots on. Stomp some fucking zombie heads hard, man. Bust them like watermelons. I remember everything being a bit iffy with Mr. X's fedora, but he became terrifying in the full game, so I'm iffy on Nemesis, but I think I'll be fine. Yeah, I'm keeping hope alive, but I'm still a little about him. It's just he's the one, even more so than Jill, believe it or not. He's the one out of all the characters redesigns that I would be most picky with, because I feel like you have an opportunity to make that man really scary, you know. And I think my idea of having the stretched out skin pulled over the top of his head and not quite touching the bottom of his jaw and the rest of his face would have been a great idea, and that's what I thought they were going with. Yeah, it's not a bad thing that she looks like Mila Jovovich. Mila Jovovich is beautiful, but I think people just don't want to be reminded of those movies at all. That knife looks like a dagger defense. Yeah, I thought that as well. It might be a defensive weapon, but I doubt it. They're not going that route. Probably. I wonder if they'll still have knives be breakable. They probably won't. You know, because you're gonna be moving through areas so quick. I don't know, but the developers did say it's gonna be more action oriented. Jill's handgun has extended clip, whereas in others it's standard. So yeah, I noticed that as well. The extended clip. She's gonna look amazing in 4K, of course. They removed Brad from to make. Oh yeah, Brad. That was weird. Seeing as these things were probably developed at the same time, you would think they would have Brad show up in there somehow. But I guess they were saving Brad for RE3. You know, why show him at all in RE2? We can have him be a main draw or a reason to pick up RE3, which also makes me believe that maybe Brad's playing a bigger role. If they're not going to show him at all in RE2, maybe they want Brad to be a big role in RE3 and not have him be like, oh, it's the Brad show. He's in every fucking thing, and he has such a big role in RE3, and we see him in 2. They probably didn't want people to get sick of him. So that gives me hope that maybe Brad is, you know, a big figure, a focal point, and or at least bigger than he was in the original. I'm curious to see what they do with Brad. I still want the chicken heart, but I want more personality. He may be the guy you want flying you in and out of danger, but you don't want him covering you. Yeah. Very, very well said. Based on the footage we've seen, it seems like it. It seems like it because we see him in the middle of the chaos. We see him with people running around. So it's gonna be interesting, man. It's gonna be probably like the scene from Last of Us. You remember when in the very beginning when shit hits the fan? Like something like that would be fantastic. And I know they're going to do that. And I know Capcom has been watching. I guarantee you they're going to take some beats from Last of Us, which is fine with me. Last of Us is a great game. If the developers from Resident Evil want to, you know, do some stealing from Last of Us or be inspired, I should say, from Last of Us and have a scene like that where everything's going crazy and cars are crashing and shit's exploding and you're running, you know, because it kind of looks like that part where she crashes out of the building. She doesn't have any of the tactical straps on. She's just in her little shirt and jeans, and she doesn't have the gloves or nothing. And someone's calling her. It looks like it's just chaos, and she's just trying to get the hell out of there. And maybe that's where she meets Brad and stuff like that. So I'm really hoping that is the case. It'll be very awesome. But this might be my favorite picture right here. Look how great everybody looks, man. Man, it's like when that trailer on the State of Play happened, like they didn't look as photorealistic, and I was like, man, this is definitely just an add-on, because I know that's the aesthetic they were going to, photorealism, and everybody looked doughy and Play-Doh-y and not as detailed, but that was totally because of the stream. I'm almost certain, because I watched the video again with a direct feed of it, and of course these pictures, and this is every bit of what I was hoping it would look like. It's retaining its Resident Evil 2 look. If I'm gonna do the original costume for Jill or a new one, if you mean the first time through, I'm definitely gonna do the original one. Definitely. I'm a firm believer in experiencing a game for the first time as it was meant to be experienced by the developers, without any added weapons or DLC weapons on you or anything like that, or any costumes or anything like that, or any bonuses or any HP ups or experience ups or anything like that come with pre-ordering. None of that. Just raw. And then after I beat it, I go back and fuck around with all that stuff. So I'll definitely be riding with Jill with her new look and aesthetic. And then after I beat it, I'll definitely, for nostalgia purposes, because you know they're going to have the classic music be available. Oh, I think Resident Evil 3 is like possibly... It's close, man. It's hard. Those first 2 games have the best music to me, but RE3 has some tracks on there that are near and dear to my heart, man. RE3 has a fantastic soundtrack. Like, people, man, it still gets me mad that people are just saying that RE3 is just a reskin of RE2. It's like the original. Like, are you out of your mind? And the music is totally different, too. The music is fantastic as well. Like, what are you talking about? Like, I know it was supposed to be just a side thing, but it's still its own game and stands up tall on its own. But yeah, man, I love this picture. It's fantastic. And of course, a better look at Jill. She looks great. You know, her chest has definitely been reduced in what we're used to, especially in Revelations, man. Shit, she's like a vixen in Revelations. She looks like a damn wrestler from WWE in Revelations, man. But yeah, she definitely looks more realistic. And like I said, I know they'll never do it, because it's like, you know, I don't know. I don't want to say taboo, but I feel like someone like Jill and stuff, she would have more musculature to her. Like she would, not jacked, you know, not looking like roided out or like super masculine like that with as far as muscles and stuff like that. But I feel like she should look like more toned up and definitely have some biceps and stuff like that. But hey, man, she knows how to shoot your ass. I guess that's all that matters, right? She should put a hot one right between your eyeballs. But she looks great right there. She looks fantastic. Like, I don't know what's going on with that trailer. She just did not look right to me. But here, she looks great. What the heck's up with this necklace? Like, what is that? Is that like a lockpick around her neck? That would be cool. I wonder if we'll get any references to Barry. That would be sweet. Yeah. Oh, and here goes my guy, the man of the hour. The man of the hour, Carlos. Carlos looks great. Best redesign between RE2 and this new remake. He is my most favorite and beloved redesign. And Leon's costume in RE2 is probably my second favorite. I love the way his costume looks. But as far as face and outfit and everything, Carlos right here looks epic. He looks so great. He looks like he could be a star of the game, man. That's how good he looks. It's insane how good they really outdid themselves on Carlos. I can't believe anybody was complaining about how he looked, man. His hair definitely looks smaller, like less huge here. But even when it looked big on the picture, I still thought he looked fantastic. I like that he's wearing black, man. Some tactical shit, you know, covert, you know. Like I said, I don't have any problems with how he looked in OG RE3 at all, but you know, that's like the thing back then was every hero had to be a pretty boy, except for Chris. Surprisingly enough, he was not a pretty boy, but we had Leon, we had Carlos, we had Steve, so many pretty men, you know, which is fine. I have no problem with it. I love those character designs. I love those characters. the way they looked. I wouldn't change it for nothing. But I think this with what they're going with, this is awesome. This is amazing, man. He looks so good. Like, I think he's gonna be a favorite. If his voice and everything is cool, and I think we did hear it a little bit. If his voice and everything sounds awesome, I think will be I think he could be a favorite character for a lot of people going forward. Like, years from now, people are going to be talking about how awesome Carlos is. And his voice doesn't sound like with the extreme Spanish, Mexican, or whatever accent that it did in the original, which I like I said, I have no problems with any of that. I know a lot of people, a lot of YouTubers have been complaining about how his voice sounded. I didn't care, but I loved his voice. His voice was cool. But this is great. Mr. Oliveira, you look so good, man. It's badass, man. I hope we get more extended time to be with him. Maybe they'll throw a curveball at us. How about this, guys? What do you think about this? What if, check this out, guys. What if it's like RE2 in that you have two separate scenarios? You get to play as Jill, or you can play as Carlos and play the game all the way through, same length. Maybe not connected or anything like with the second run, but kind of like RE1 was. You could play Chris or Jill, you could play Carlos or Jill. I would sign up for that big time. It's fine with me. That's fine with me. Carlos looks great. And when you have all these characters on the side, like RE3 does, all the Umbrella Rescue Team and all that shit, like, it's begging for DLC. Like, I really hope they put mercenaries in there, but I'm kind of afraid that Project Resistance is taking that slot. Who knows, man? Who knows? Why do I think it's not called RE3 Nemesis? Probably just to differentiate. Just get the little subtitle out of there, just to let everybody know that this is a remake. And a lot of Capcom have been doing a lot of subtleties with Resident Evil games recently. Like, when you start the game up, there's no menu screen. When you start it for the first time, there's no menu screen. It's just black, and the title's real simple, not super wild. And I just feel like they're kind of over having subtitles for their main games and stuff like that. So they probably just did it 3 to differentiate it from the original, which is fine. I don't care that it's not called Nemesis. I think making it just RE3 makes it a more definitive sequel. Not that Nemesis was bad, but RE3 just cements it as this is the third Resident Evil. No hooks. This is the third installment of the story. Plug in and see what's up. So no problems with it not having Nemesis on there. I don't like Leon's face. No. I like Leon's face fine, but I'm talking about when the first reveal of his face happened. Something about when they first reveal a face in these current games, I just don't dig it. But his face grew on me. His face is totally fine. Leon looks great. The redesign with Leon is great. He looks exactly how he should look. He looks young. He sounds young. And his outfit, his RPD outfit is spectacular. Probably my favorite outfit next to Chris's original, with the green vest and all that. He looks great. It's definitely an improvement. The way Leon looks in RE2 is a huge improvement over RE2 in my eyes. Not that RE2 Leon original looked great. But man, the adaptation is great, and now Carlos looks great too, man. Oh, he looks so good. Got a little flashlight. So I wonder if you'll be able to turn a flashlight on, because I think Jill had that on hers as well. A little flashlight thing. So maybe they'll do some Last of Us thing where areas will be super effing dark, and you can turn on your flashlight to illuminate the area slightly. That would be cool, but probably not. Maybe they'll just have it on. It'll come on its own whenever you go into a room or something like that. Like Leon had one on his belt, I believe, in RE2 Remake. And that's a great shot right there. Yeah, this looks freaking awesome. I'm really interested to see what they do with RPD. Like, because there were some rooms that were blocked off due to shutters being down. So there's some areas of the game that you couldn't traverse through, and those are areas that'll probably be, you can explore in RE3, which makes me believe that this was definitely developed simultaneously with RE2, because this game came out super quick, so they were probably developing them both together, which is crazy. Capcom is really outdoing themselves. They really reestablished themselves as being, reconnecting with the fans and giving us what we want. Like, this is a dream come true. Like, I would have never thought this would have happened, and the degree that it has is stunning. Yeah, man, like that'd be awesome. Like, if the RPD was more cleaner and we got to see the damage happen to it and like some of the bloodstains that show up, we get to see all that. But that would also mean more time in the RPD, but I'm fine with that, man. I'm trying to tell you. All right, well, let's go ahead and take a look at Project Resistance pictures, I guess. Project Resistance looks fine, you know. I actually am more interested and excited for Project Resistance now that I know it's going to supplement RE3. It's going to be a part of the overall package, the healthy dose of RE. RE3 has the potential to be a fantastic game. Well worth the money. Forget the nostalgic feels of replaying an old game redone. It has this awesome little, this is a new character here, right? These are new characters. We didn't see these guys before. We just saw these four. These guys are new. Two different characters. I don't remember seeing them before. Huh. She's a looker right here. Yeah, these two, I don't think they spoke of these two before. You can see the Misty zombie right there. The RE2 zombie. But, yeah, I was not interested in Project Resistance as a standalone game. Like, who wants that? But as an add-on, as like a bonus game into a full-fledged remake of RE3 that's going to be, what, like an 8-10 hour game? I'm all for that. That'd be great. Online capabilities, RE2 didn't even have that. Like, if they do this right, RE3 can be superior to RE2, and I would love to see that. RE3, because RE3 kind of gets a bad rap through the years, like it's the lesser of the three, and it's all that. I don't think that. I think it's the best out of the three. It has the best graphics. You know, the backgrounds are the pre-rendered backgrounds are the most detailed out of all the original three. The enemies are more varied. The zombie variations are more varied. You got more female zombies, more zombies that with different outfits on. You know, the gameplay is improved. You got the 180 turn. You can go up and down certain stairs without having to press a button. So if you're running from Nemesis, there's a free flowing to it where it just flows so smoothly. You just run up the stairs, run down them. The whole gunpowder mechanic. It has the whole route change where you can choose different routes and the game will play out slightly different. You'll get different cutscenes. You'll be in different areas depending on what you choose, much like RE1. RE1 was very varied as well, where like depending on where you went, or like if you told Rebecca to stay in the safe room or go with you, she would be in danger of dying. Or if you told her to come with you, she would help you out more and you get a good ending. Or, you know, if you went to a certain room first, Barry would help you get a weapon faster. But if you didn't go to a certain room first, Barry would be somewhere else and all that type of stuff. And you get different cutscenes depending on what you did. RE2 didn't have that really. It had the zapping system to a degree, but it didn't have like a different way you could see the game. I mean, it did by the second scenario. I guess you could say that's just one big chunk of it, but I like how it can vary. But, you know, RE3 did a lot of good stuff, man. And it gets a bad rap, but it's just as good as the other three, in my opinion. It's my favorite RE. But, yeah, so I'm more interested in Project Resistance now that it's just an add-on. It's nothing like... It's not its own thing. It's add-on with 1, 2, 3, 6 unique characters that you get. That's insane. Like, if this game is as long as RE2 was, if RE3 Remake is as long as RE2 Remake was, plus you get this whole online thing, this game could be amazing, man. This could be this game has a lot to offer you, and that is spectacular. And then if it comes out with Mercenaries DLC or even a Ghost Survivors DLC thing, this game is just hefty, chock full with content, which is great. You know, RE3 deserves it, man. The fuck you mean? RE3 deserves it. So, this good shit, man. Crazy shit. That guy looks all jacked. I don't know why you were that close to a zombie, man. But yeah, this is some high quality pictures right there. But yeah, I will definitely be playing this online. when I thought Project Resistance was a standalone thing, I was like, oh, I might get it someday just because I'm a collector of Resident Evil games and just to have it. But no, I will definitely check this thing out. Yeah, this is a new guy. I don't remember seeing him on any of the. I haven't been keeping up with this game, so maybe more gameplay footage has come out that shows more. Look at that zombie model. He wasn't in the original. I mean, not the original RE2 remake. He wasn't in that. It's like a zombie, a police officer with more tactical gear, like a riot squad, riot control police officer. It's pretty cool. It looks like he has a cop shirt on. Maybe he's got some pliers, wrench, some tubing. Was he gonna siphon some gas and put it in a car? Possibly, right? Pretty cool, man. RE3 is looking like it's going to be a hell of a game, man. In 2020, the end of this generation of consoles lifestyle, we're getting such a... Man. And then Resident Evil 8 is still supposed to be coming out at some point. It's pretty cool. Annette, oh, I love Annette. I think Annette's like... The RE2 remake of Annette is like super hot. Like, Birkin's a lucky man. So yeah, so Birkin is weird. So I'm really virologist brought on board by Alex Wesker after significant contributions to G-Virus research, skilled at enhancing and manufacturing creatures for experimental purposes. She controls the bioweapon G Birkin. Man, so this is probably a look at the gameplay of some kind. Maybe you can select characters, because I know it's a 1 versus 4 thing, and perhaps the one character that you select that's kind of trying to stop the 4, or that you have to stop, is a character who's a villain in the game. So maybe you get to be Wesker, or you get to be Annette, or you get to be William Birkin, or Chief Irons, and those are the 4 baddies you get to choose who are going to control things and make shit hard for you. That would be cool. That would be awesome. That would be great. And like each character controls a different tyrant or a different big baddie. So like Annette controls G Birkin. I don't know. Wesker controls Mr. X or something. And I don't know. Chief Irons controls another, like a regular tyrant or something. That would be pretty cool. Because I wonder why they have all this info for her over here. And then there's a whole even separate picture of her. Oh, Annette looks good. Yes, honey. Yes. Yes. Like a little side ponytail she's got. She got the little tight blue jeans on with the red pumps. She looks good. All right. So now we're gonna wrap this up by just taking a look at the trailer one more time, but we're gonna go frame by frame on some parts.
Wait, hurry up!
Some parts that we want to see in depth. So this is all just a recap of RE2. Yes, it is very fitting for it to come out at the end of the generation like RE3 did for the PS1, Sega Saturn, 64 generations. Alright, man, let's get these controls. Okay, freeze. Go back. Okay, was that Mr. Now, listen. If they have Mr. X in here in some capacity, that would be insane. I would be totally on board with that. I don't think he'll steal the thunder or the shine from Nemesis. Just have him in there briefly or something, or have Nemesis like waste him or something. Because there's multiple Mr. X's that are dropped around Raccoon City. Just have it be another one, and just have Nemesis like fucking put a tentacle through its head or something. That'd be pretty cool. Oh man, that looks very much like Mr. X. I don't see an apparatus on his chest. I don't see caution tape or anything like that. That could very well be Mr. X. Weird. And it's in her apartment? The guy looks huge, man. I don't know. They could be doing a bait and switch. No, I think that's Nemi. Yeah, because you could see kind of bits of caution tape there. Oh yeah, that's definitely Nemesis. That's awesome. No, matter of fact, I know it's Nemesis because we'll get to it, but you can hear a part where he says stars very lightly before the debris falls. There's another shot. Another shot of Nemesis. Yeah, what the fuck? It looks like he's about to throw a Hadouken at her. She said, Hadouken! Ah, shit. I already just thought of a mod that we're going to see once this thing hits PC. You're going to see Ryu swap. Surprised they haven't done that. Have they done that yet? Made Ryu Mr. X? Or made Sagat Mr. X? That would be fucking brilliant. Make Sagat Mr. X. Tiger! Tiger uppercut. Just fucking hitting you and shit. That would be great. It looks like he has a fedora on. No, that's Nemesis. Yeah, I can see yellow on his arm. I can see caution tape on his arm. It looks like he's about to fucking hit her with a fireball, man. You guys see that? It looks like he's about to hit her with a Hadouken. Hadouken. Yeah, so you could clearly see that this is Jill because we get a nice shot of her chest as she falls over. Right. Yeah. Nice shot of her legs and titty. Boots and stuff. She falls over. Jill seems very scared. Why is there caution tape all around? As soon as I saw this, I immediately remembered Resident Evil 7. Like this, they're still reusing assets from Resident Evil 7. It's cool. I don't mind it at all or anything like that. I just find it interesting. Like the tape in the plastic liquor store. That's what that says. Yeah, everything looks like it's gone to shit. Like, what are you taking? Was she like knocked out? What? Oh, that's definitely Nemesis. You can see the apparatus on his chest right there easily. Nemesis, yeah, you can see the tape. Nemesis has a very thin waist, man. He's in great shape. Yeah, they definitely put a filter on to darken up his face so you can't see who he is. But that's definitely him. What is he doing here? I don't know what the fuck he's doing. So here comes the face reveal that I absolutely loathed. I didn't think she looked good at all. I was very disappointed. I didn't like how her pants looked or nothing.
Jill, over here!
Yeah, I don't know what it is. I think her forehead's sloping too low, or like her brow is sloping too low or something like that. But she just does not look as good as she does in the other pictures and in the gameplay that we saw. Well, I don't know what it is here. But I'm not worried because I saw what she's going to look like. And she looks way better than she looks here. But just like with Leon, man, the first initial face reveal, I'm like, ew. No, sir.
What the hell?
Right? That's what I said. Saint Gurney? Sigourney? Really, guys? Sigourney? From Alien? Sigourney Weaver? Damn. Well, at least these guys are watching the right movies to get into the mood of developing this game, man. Right on. Sigourney? The hell is wrong with you guys? You guys see this? Oh yeah, when the fucking, I'm not gonna go back, but when the debris falls on his head and Jill turns around, you can faintly hear him start to say stars, but he says it low, which is kind of worrisome. He goes stars. Matter of fact, let's go back. Let's go back and see if we can hear it. Yeah, when it's in Sony Vegas and it's in preview mode like this, the quality of it dips. So it's easily played back. So you can play it back easily. Because you're dealing with 1080p video, so. I think it's right here. See, you can faintly hear him say, it's like he goes it's like I think something fell on his head. I think he's struggling and he couldn't fucking say it. It's kind of creepy. And you can faintly hear it. And then you can hear the Nemesis. You can hear the Nemesis theme going. Yeah, you can slightly hear the Nemesis theme going now.
Jill, over here!
It's a pillow talk version of Stars.
What the hell?
Yeah, they're definitely.
How could this many people be infected?
The city.
Okay, that's definitely Jill standing there with someone. That's Jill. She's got pants are tight. That's Jill. That's her boots. Who's she standing there with? Could be Brad, which gives me hope that we're gonna get more Brad material, which I'm all for.
The city is completely cut off.
The city. I don't know about that voice acting. I don't know. Some of the voice acting makes me go, but you know, I'm not really picky about voice acting, really. I mean, I know people are, and people have actually docked Resident Evil in reviews because of, like, I remember Resident Evil 4 got docked in reviews from some site because the voice acting they felt wasn't as strong as it needed to be. Like, man, the fuck are you talking about? You don't dock a game over that. You know, I can understand if it was as bad as RE1 in 2005, but no. You know, yeah, I dig his look. I don't know. I think everything is great, but the beret I don't like for some reason. I can't tell you why, but I know that's how he's supposed to effing look. But I don't know. I just feel like the beret should probably be darker, maybe a darker red. I don't know. But his face-wise looks great, busted up.
Off, isolated.
Don't look at me like that, alright? I'm not infected.
And then this guy, I remember, this guy's voice acting was iffy. Like, a lot of this looks so much better with the direct feed. Like, on the state of play, this just did not look good to the point where I was thinking, oh, this is definitely, like, you see how his head's all shiny and he looks wet and all that stuff. You couldn't see none of that detail. You could see that there was blood there and shit like that, but it wasn't crisp to the point where it didn't look like RE2 to me. It didn't look like the same dev did it. Everybody looked more doughy and not realistic. It didn't feel photorealistic on that stream. But seeing it here, the worries are out the window. That's probably Murphy. You know, when Carlos was like, "Don't do this, Murphy," or "Don't make me do this, Murphy," and he's like, "Kill me." That's Murphy. And there's another character in here who looked great, who we'll get to, that is just a very minor role in Resident Evil 3 original. But this guy's voice actor, I don't know, man. It just seems like not realistic. I didn't like how his voice sounded, but like I said, I'm just being extra picky right now, but when it comes down to it, and I'm playing this shit, I won't care that he doesn't sound amazing, you know?
Look at me like that, alright? I'm not infected.
But right now it's got a hard on for the only
Brad
two
looks
stars
great,
left
though.
in town.
Brad looks great. Like, Brad looks and sounds exactly how I would expect. Like, I could see him talking to Chris. Like, him and Chris having, like, a fucking back and forth banter where Brad's just riding his ass and Chris is annoyed with them and they're, like, going tit for tat a little bit. Or, like, they're trying to shoot, like, who could shoot better. And, like, Brad's I like the fact that they're making Brad seem cocky. I like it.
But right now it's got a hard on for the only 2 stars left in town.
I like it. I can't express how happy I am with how Brad turned out. He's fucking great. Talking about hard-ons and shit.
But right now it's got a hard on for the only 2 stars left in town.
We don't need a bleeding heart like you getting in the way.
We don't need a bleeding heart like you getting in the way. I don't know. Nikolai. That's Nikolai right there. So let's get a look at Nikolai. I like Nikolai's look here. I like it. Made him more skinny. He looks skinnier, more wiry. Still got the gray hair. He looks like he's more of a cerebral character, like a dangerous snake or something like that. Like, not imposing bulky wise, but you know, he'll look like he'll stab you in the throat, like in close quarters combat, like super quick, and you wouldn't even expect it. You know, well, like I like that. And it looks like he's just a plotter. Did I say stars? What's that say? USU something. Fucking great, man. Oh, UBCS. Yes. So this is definitely Nikolai, guys. It's definitely that man.
They don't need a bleeding heart like you getting in the way.
Oh, there he is. Hold on. This guy looks amazing. So you guys might not... You guys should remember. This guy was the gentleman who, when you're in the hospital... There we go. He looks great. Looks fucking great. He looks great because I know who he's supposed to be. He is the gentleman who is inside the hospital. Right? And when you're with Carlos, you meet him, and he's either wounded... Or he's drawing down on you with this gun and talking some shit to you. I rarely see that one. I usually see the event that happens when Nikolai just shoots him, right? And then Carlos comes up behind like, "What are you doing?" And then Nikolai's like, "I'm one of the supervisors. That's all you need to know." And he's about to shoot Carlos, but then this guy, I don't even remember his name. He's still alive after Nikolai shot him, and he pulls a pin out of his grenade and he blows himself up. And then Nikolai goes flying out the window. That's who that is supposed to be. So this is awesome. The fact that they even bothered to show his face on here means he's going to have definitely a bigger role. I'm looking excited for that. Yeah, that has to be. He's like the only black guy in the game. So that has to be who this is. We didn't see any Dario, right? They didn't show any Dario in this trailer at all, right, guys? No Dario. I'm hoping he's around. Maybe they totally axed Dario because it looks like Jill starts off in her apartment and then she meets Brad on the streets. So maybe we don't get any Dario, which is fine. I mean, Dario is not that big of a character, but some type of nod to him would be cool. But I think this guy looks great. He looks very realistic. That is photorealism right there, man. He looks cool. I like the way he looks. And of course, Carlos. Carlos looks great. Looks great. Looks fucking great! Holy smokes, Carlos, you look so badass. Shit. Looks like a fucking veteran, man. Looks like he got some voices in his head. He's just barely hanging on, man. He's just gonna try to suck and survive here and follow orders, but a part of him is kind of enjoying the chaos, man. And he's just gonna fucking shoot, and hopefully he doesn't shoot a civilian and shit, man. Hopefully, man. Hopefully he can hold it together, you know. He looks great, man. He looks so gritty. The beard, the hair, fantastic. Like, if you were to show me this and be like, "Hey, this is the protagonist to Resident Evil 8, I'd be like, "Oh, really? He looks fucking awesome." Carlos looks great, man. I don't know how anybody ever fucking thought Carlos didn't look spectacular. He looks great. Do I think RE4 will get a remake? I hope not. I don't think it deserves one. RE4 is RE4. Like, I feel like the PlayStation era stuff is the stuff that deserves it the most because it's like it doesn't hold up the most because it's clearly a 3D era game. Because it was the start of the 3D era game, which we are still experiencing, the 3D era models of games, and it's the start of it and things, you know. I feel like it's easier for them to re-release RE4 and re-release Code Veronica, and it was harder for them to re-release 1, 2, and 3 and stuff like that. But at most, I think we'll get a Code Veronica remake, which I would be totally fine with. Carlos looks fucking fantastic. Oh, let's back it up completely. Here we go. Oh, Carlos looks so good. Give that man his own game. Damn.
Star's office has to be in this direction.
His voice sounds good too. He sounds like Resident Evil 1 Chris, Remake Chris.
To be in this direction.
Like just the kind of quiet, deep, inflection kind of voice, which RE1 Remake Chris had.
Star's office has to be in this direction.
You know, like
Star's office has to be in this direction.
Sounds like he's tired of this shit already.
Star's office has to be in this direction.
Sounds great.
It gets worse.
So this is Jill's apartment, eh? Fucking awesome, man. This is great. Midwestern apartment right here. You know? I love her apartment. I don't like the radiator part, but not that like I think that they did anything bad, but like Like, I could see myself living here with Jill, you know, just laying around with her, getting some booty, you know. Wouldn't be such a bad life. It's fucking great, man. Oh, if they just give us some time to soak in Jill just living, just being in her apartment, going through some PTSD, and just frustrated about Chief Irons not listening to her, about her and Chris's claims and Barry's claims about the events of the events of the mansion and shit, because it went up in flames, and she's just super paranoid, like, and she's just got all these radios set up, and police radios set up, and all these files everywhere. It's kind of obsessed her. It kind of consumed her, like in Saw 1, Danny Glover's character, when his partner died, and then he was discharged from the force, and he's just obsessed with finding the Jigsaw Killer or whatever it was called, and his apartment was just a mess, and he had all these police scanner radios and all his files and shit, and he just all, like, he had the little he had the bulletin board with all the things connecting to it, and he's trying to figure out the case, and he's just obsessed with it. If that's how they have Jill, I'm an orgasm on playing. While playing, I'm gonna straight orgasm. That'd be fucking great. Because it looks like her house is a little messy, like her apartment's a little messy.
Gets worse every night.
She keeps saying it gets worse every night, so I'm thinking she's suffering from PTSD.
Gets worse every night.
That'd be awesome.
They don't want the world to know what they've done.
Oh, my head.
What's wrong with Umbrella?
I can't stop them all.
Oh, yes.
Gets worse every night.
They don't want the...
Let's go back. So this looks like the area where you get the fuse case, or the fuse thing that you put into the thing, and you also get either the Magnum or the grenade launcher, and you can and you have to adjust the electrical outputs and shit like that. The Nemesis is outside of it with the rocket launcher, because it's like an oil station or something like that, or it's around a gas station or something like that, or an electrical, what's that shit called? Electrical grid, or the generator area for the city and shit. That's what this area looks like. So that's awesome. I think the voice actor for this Carlos is the same person who voiced Javi Garcia in The Walking Dead New Frontier. I've never played The Walking Dead New Frontier, but that'll work. I think Survivor deserves a remake. Ha! You're funny. The most because they could turn it into something incredible. I don't know about that. I don't know who would buy that. That game has such a bad stink on it. I think they would be like, who would want it? Listen, any remake of Resident Evil they want to do, I'm all for. Because they're doing a bang-up job so far.
They don't want the world...
Okay, who the hell is that guy? Who the hell is this guy? So this is why I'm hoping, and I think they have Jill like being obsessed with this shit, and she can't sleep, and she's going to PTSD, and she wants to get to the bottom of Umbrella, and she's just having trouble, and she's just obsessed with it, because maybe this is some guy that she's communicating with, who's like an insider with Umbrella, who's trying to expose them, and she's trying to expose them, and she's talking to this guy via the internet or Skype or whatever kind of technology. There's a video feed, and she's trying to talk to him, and he's like, get out of the city, Jill, and blah, blah, blah. They don't want the world to know what they've done, and, this is what this seems like, which would be fucking great.
They don't want the world to know what...
And then this is the bulletin board I told you guys about. If this is in Jill's apartment, and she's trying to connect everything, and she's just obsessed, and she's just a wreck of a person now, and, like, her love life, social life, professionally, everything's just, she's on leave. She's on leave because of what happened in that mansion, and that would be fucking fantastic. I think we did get a shot of the hunters, and when we get there, you'll see. I'll definitely stop it.
They've done.
Oh, my head.
So she's complaining about her head here. Oh, my head. It looks like she's still in her apartment, so this can't be her infected, because in the original, Nemesis infects her at some point. But she still looks like she's in her apartment. You see makeup there and all that stuff, little nail polish and stuff. Oh, Jill, my baby. So maybe she's just like I said, an emotional wreck now. So I don't think this is after she gets infected. And I don't think later when we see her morphing into a zombie, I don't think that's after her dealing with Nemesis and him infecting her. I think that's just her wigging out, man, from the horrible events of RE1. And she's just picturing herself as a zombie. Maybe some foreshadowing or foreboding. Maybe she's getting some visions and shit like that because she doesn't have her tactical gear on. Oh, Carlos looks great! Damn it! Okay, I see the Hispanic in him there. Earlier, I didn't really see it, but I could see how he's still an Hispanic character. I was wondering if maybe they're just gonna do away with that whole Hispanic background for him, but I'm glad to see that he definitely looks more Hispanic there. So I'm glad to see that. Now, what the hell is going on here? So this is definitely not the clock tower scene because we're not at the clock tower. We're in like a city garage parking structure. Somebody's in a helicopter trying to get the hell out of there. So maybe we don't ever go to a clock tower because they didn't show the clock tower at all in any of this trailer, I don't believe. So maybe we don't ever get there. But this helicopter definitely is about to get destroyed. The guy's name I was talking about earlier was Tyrell? Really? How do you know that? I was wondering if the apartment stuff is an introduction to replace the monologue. Yeah, that would be cool, man. Because we did see her in her apartment in the monologue in the beginning.
I can't stop him.
Okay, hold on a minute. Oh, it looks so good. It looks so good. That's definitely a different zombie model. He has gray hair. Was there a gray-haired zombie in RE2 Remake? I don't think so. Oh, look at you. Look at the scrapes. Oh! Ah, I'm so hyped. I am so hyped. Oh, man, this looks great. This looks great. Oh, my God. Please don't have them have taken out the gore. Please have the gore be exactly the same. We need that visceral... That visceral gameplay with the feedback. If I hit someone on the shotgun with a shotgun to the face, I want to see their skin come off. Their head has to split in two. Okay, please let the gore be intact. I'm thinking since this is so close to the finish and release of Resident Evil 2 Remake that will be the case. But I absolutely loved the gore, and this is spectacular, man. Guys, oh, thank you RE4. For the over-shoulder perspective. Keeping it alive.
I can't stop them all.
Was she even hitting?
Stop them all.
You gotta get out of
It's great.
Stop them all.
You gotta get out of there.
You guys are the ones who...
Okay, what the fuck?
I can't stop them.
Stiff boat. Fuck off me. The fuck's the matter with you? Okay, so I think this is still earlier on. So that individual, I remember earlier I freeze framed it. And you could see Jill standing there with someone. So I'm almost certain that's Brad because they were standing in front of the fence. And that fence is right there. And it looks like it's coming down. And this is why he's signaling, like, let's get the hell out of here. So I think in the beginning where she bursts through when Nemesis is chasing her. I think in that beginning, which makes it seem like we're not going to get the same type of introduction to Nemesis. Because in RE3 original, we are introduced to him when he kills Brad. But it seems like, which would be fucking crazy. What if we get, like... some straight from a horror movie type of Scream or, like a horror slasher movie where she's just in her apartment and just some dude comes for her while she's in her apartment, man. She's just hanging out, keeping track of the chaos that's happening to Raccoon City. And then a fucking Nemesis, and then Nemesis comes for her. And he's just shrouded in darkness. Like, no one warns her about him. There's, Brad's not running around talking about, oh, he's after STARS members. There's no escape. None of that. Nemesis she's just in the fucking shower. And Nemesis just shows up and tries to fucking rip her head off. And she's just running and throwing shit and getting dressed and getting the hell out of there. And then she breaks through down to the lower levels, and that's where she meets Brad. And Brad was coming to her house to make sure she was okay or something. And then that's them together here discussing what's going on in front of the gate with the zombies, and obviously the gate breaks and he goes, we gotta get out of here. That would be fantastic. That would be fantastic.
Drop them all.
You gotta get out of there.
You guys are the ones who caused all of this.
So it looks to me like possibly Jill has a fast run ability. It looks like she's running a little faster.
You guys are the ones who caused all of this.
It looks like a dash. It looks like she's running a little faster. A little sneak peek of the hunter right there I was telling you guys about. Looks like she's running a little faster.
You guys are the ones who caused all of this.
Yeah. You could never run that fast in RE2 Remake, could you?
You guys are the ones who caused all of this.
Because I imagine if Nemesis can run after you now,
You guys are the ones
and
who
he's not like
caused all of
Mr.
this.
X,
You guys are the ones who caused all
that
of
she
this.
has a little
You guys
dash.
are the ones who caused all of this.
It's a good shot of Nikolai. I mean, fucking Mikhail. Alright, you know, Mikhail. If Mikhail's like the wise protector. Oh, that's a great shot of Jill. Okay, I am totally sold on Jill. I don't know what was up with that first thing. I definitely get Mila Jovovich vibes right there. It's in the eyes and like the nose, man. Definitely get those vibes. But it's cool. It's cool. I don't care. But yeah, if he's like there and like we just come here and check on him and he's like giving us equipment and telling us the routes and telling us where the evacuation point is, and he hangs around a bit longer, he has more to do, because it looks like he's not down and bedridden and like seriously wounded to the point where he can't get up and do shit. He's standing up right there. So that'll be freaking awesome if he's like the Barry character of RE3 for RE3 Remake. That'll be sweet.
Oh, come on.
Oh, and there it goes. Our first look at the hunter. That's gotta be. Yep, you can see the claws there. Where's the pointer? See, you can see claws here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 claws. So that is definitely the hunter. The hunter looks insane. There's a dead body right here. So this is probably when you first meet him. It looks like the hospital is going to be very dark. She's not going to be able to see shit. She's going to see this dead guy here, probably headless, because you know how the hunters roll. And then this hunter is going to sleek past her flashlight, you know. So she's going to be looking, or maybe it's a fallen lamp or something like that. She's going to be looking like, what the fuck happened? Look at all that blood, handprint. And then the hunter goes across the screen. I don't know what's going on with its mouth, though. But man, the hunter looks more dinosaurish, you know. But that is crazy. So there goes your hunter. Yep, no door loading safety. That's going to be great. You could just freely burst through doors to get where you're going. Yeah, the power station, that was the area. Yeah, man. I'm very excited about that. The hunters they don't look red. The hunters in RE3 were red. It looks green, which is cool. This is going to be the first remake adapted hunter, unless you count 2002, but the first modern, really modern retake. This is gonna be the first retake of the hunter we've had in a while. No, hunters appeared in. Did they appear in 5? No, they appeared in 6. When was the last time we saw hunters? It was probably Operation Raccoon City, right, guys? That was the last time we saw hunters. I don't know. Either way, this is the first time we see hunters in a while. We've seen hunters in a long time. Oh, man. Nikolai looks great. I love it. He's got kind of a kind face, but he looks cerebral. He just looks like a snake. Like he'll just strike, and his venom will slowly poison. I love the way Nikolai looks. The more I'm seeing these things slow down and stilled, I'm realizing that this is definitely. I don't even know if it's an improvement. Maybe it is. They were developed too close to each other for probably the graphics to be that much better than RE2 Remake. But I definitely like how Nikolai's face looks. Now I was a bit shocked at first. He doesn't look like untrustworthy. He looks trustworthy here, but like there's something behind it, you know. Oh yeah, Revelations 1. But I like the fact that we're seeing the hunters in this photorealistic version of them, even though hunters don't exist. But I guess they're being adapted to what if they existed, what they would look for real. So she's in a car here. Interesting. So Jill's in a car. She's gonna get blown the fuck up. So let's see. So there's going to be a car escape. I don't know. What the fuck? It looks like she's in the air. Maybe on a roof? Maybe that's when the helicopter explodes. And this is her falling back from it because the helicopter blows up. Yeah, look at Nikolai. There's a fucking snake. He's like an evil man. Yeah, looks like that's when, looks like that's the helicopter going down. Black cow. And this is her in a car. It's a totally different scene. Her in a car, a little old school car. It looks like the car that Ethan was driving in Resident Evil 7. I guarantee you they probably just reused the assets for Ethan's car. You know, when you pull up to the area where the Bakers live and you're in that car, I think the interior of it looks similar to that. I could be wrong, but that would make total sense that they just took that asset. You know, and I'm fine with that. You know, I like the way RE7 looked. I like the way RE2 looked. If they're just using that engine, using those assets again, it's fine by me. Both those games are great. The fact that they just took Ethan's car and it's back in Raccoon City is awesome. No problems. She's definitely upside down in that car. So like I said, this is when she turns into a zombie. So I think this is all probably a prologue.
We've got to be dreaming.
Where she turns into a zombie.
We've got to be dreaming.
How about that, guys? I don't know, guys. I mean, I'd still fool around with her. You know, what can I say? What can I say? She still looks good. She still looks good. She still looks good. What can I say? Yeah, 3 was the one with the Hunter Gammas, I believe. Were those the frog ones? Yeah, they had like frog heads. Maybe that's what that was. Maybe those were the Hunter Gammas, with the frog heads. But yeah, so so this is definitely the beginning. She doesn't have her tactical gear on, her straps and shit that that Carlos gives her. So she's just in her civilian clothes basically. And you know, she's in front of the faucet. So we saw her talking about her head hurts. So I think she's just tripping out. I don't think this is when Nemesis poisons her. Because when will she ever have downtime to take her tactical shit off and be in her apartment? So I think this is how it starts. She's going to complain about PTSD and she's going to be obsessed with Umbrella and uncovering bringing their atrocities to the light and doing away with them. But no one believes her. And she has PTSD where she's becoming a zombie and she's just flipping out and seeing shit. And that's what this is. You know? Oh, she looks good right there. She looks really good. She reminds me of Claire a little bit with the eyes. You know, she looked kind of like Claire there. She looks good. Look at that. It's fucking cool. All right, man. This game is going to be great. One last look at Claire. Beauty. And then death. Awesome. But yeah, I am excited, and I think that's gonna do it. Whew. I'm just gonna let the trailer run one more time, and then that's gonna do it for this stream, guys. I'm very happy, very excited. I'm pumped. RE3 is my favorite Resident Evil, so I'm more pumped for this one than I was for Resident Evil 2 Remake. But I was pumped for Resident Evil 2 Remake, but this is some next level shit, you know? But the trailer reaction was different. Funny, I was so worried and disappointed because I was thinking the wrong shit and confused that I did not enjoy the RE3 reveal trailer as much as I did the RE2 reveal trailer. The RE2 reveal trailer, I knew exactly what I was getting. This is going to be a full game. This wasn't DLC. This wasn't added on to some online shit. This was a wholehearted game, and I didn't know any of that. And there was no first-person shots to confuse you. Thank goodness the developers cleared that up. There wasn't no big minute-long first-person thing where Jill's falling and running around to make me think, oh no, it's a first-person game. There was none of that. So when RE2's trailer came out, I was super pumped. But for RE3, sadly, I was like confused and my heart sank and I was disappointed because I was thinking the worst. But none of that was the case. None of that was true. And now that I can look back on it, it was a brilliant reveal. So let's go ahead and take one last look at beautiful Annette. No, at the trailer before I sign Ugh. Are you gonna go away?
I've never seen anything like it. I haven't been able to sleep this
Yeah, I probably called Jill Claire by accident. I don't know.
Don't give in to fear out there, right?
How did this
All right, calm down, buddy. Calm down.
Send reinforcements! No! Wait! Hurry up! Help me!
I'm also going dark on this game. I'm not going to watch any more trailers or gameplay. I might read some shit, but I'm not going to visually see anything else until 4 months from now or whenever that shit's coming out. Just like I did with RE2. So great. I would love for Konami to sell the rights to Silent Hill, man. To anyone else, not just Capcom. Just get them in people who care, who want to do something with the damn game.
This city is completely cut off, isolated.
Don't look at me like that, alright? I'm not infected.
But right now it's got a hard-on for the only 2 stars left in town.
They don't need a bleeding heart like you getting in the way.
Oh, so good.
Star's office has to be in this direction.
Shit, maybe we never go back to the police station as Jill. Maybe we go as Carlos and his team. That would be fucking sick.
What's wrong with Umbrella?
I can't stop them all.
Jill never goes back there. She's not stupid, but Carlos and them go back looking for Jill, maybe, or Stars members. That would be awesome. Because it just showed them outside the police station. That would be great, man. Imagine that. Carlos and his team, and all the destruction and shit, the shit blown up and stuff was from Carlos's team fighting.
Commitment, honesty, integrity, these are the core values that create the foundation for Umbrella Corp.
So great. I wonder who that guy was talking. Maybe it was some guy being interviewed about the rumors about Umbrella and shit and the zombies and shit like that. Maybe that's what that was. Oh, wonderful stuff. I really hope that's true. Carlos. See if I can run that back. We could take one quick look at Carlos. Carlos, oh my god. What is he, like clean shaven with like that pretty boy hair? Oh man. I mean, I think Jill looks great. I don't know about that Carlos look. Like the classic costume pack. Yeah, I'll definitely be rocking that. Oh, it's going to be great, guys. All right, guys. Thank you guys for checking out the stream. I'm very pumped. As soon as that freaking collector's edition goes live, I'm pre-ordering it. Fuck that. I don't even really want anything in it. Really, I don't collect statues or figurines and big ass save box. I don't map. Like if the poster was a poster of something like Jill or Nemesis, I don't need a map of rack, whatever. But I'm still gonna get it just because I have to make a statement for Resident Evil 3. Show it love. It's my favorite Resident Evil out of all of them, and it doesn't get enough respect. And it gets respect, but I think people shortchange it a lot. But thank you guys for checking out the stream. Thank you guys. Thank you all who commented and participated. And my thoughts on Nemesis is I'm iffy on him. I don't hate it, but he's fine. I have to see him when he's in doing his thing and tearing shit up. Maybe I'll appreciate it more, but I don't really. It's whatever. I have to wait and see more. I'm iffy about it, but I'm not going to say he's a total disaster, and I'm going to reserve judgment until I see him in action, hunting me down. I'm sure no matter what he's looking like, he's going to be a pain in the ass, and he's going to scare the crap out of me, you know? Yep, I'm hoping we get moments where we play as Brad. That'd be awesome. That'd be sweet. Maybe he gets his own DLC. I'm even looking forward to Carlos. Like, I really hope that it's true that Carlos and his team, you know, Murphy and the other guy, the black guy, did that guy have a name? I don't think he had a name, but I hope that they go into the RPD police department looking for STARS members or looking for help or equipment or something, and they encounter Nemesis or maybe Mr. X. That would be sweet. Mr. X is just there and he fucks everybody up, and they destroy the police station trying to get out of there, and that's your introduction to Carlos. And that's an extra bit you get to play as Carlos. That would be cool. His name was Tyrell. Oh, the name of the black guy who blows himself up with a grenade is Tyrell. Okay. All right. Cool. So he's going to have a bigger part. He had a very, very very small part in the original game. He was basically just a corpse. And then I remember he was drawing down on you, like about to shoot you and shit. But I don't remember what that was about. I rarely see that one when I play. I always see it where Nikolai's there and he just shot him. But there's two ways you can meet that guy. There's one where he's shot and down, and another one where he's up and he's trying to shoot you. So, very weird. But yeah, oh well, this is great. And I'm looking forward to this. I never thought they would do this. RE2 was possible, but I just never thought they'd do RE3. But Capcom, they know what they're doing. So we're going to see these games a lot going forward. We're going to see a PS5 version, a PS6 version, an 8K version of Resident Evil 2 and 3. Probably on one disc 10 years from now. They'll both be on one disc. You know, in 8K with HDR30 and all that stuff. So we'll be seeing plenty of these games to come. And once again, thank you guys. Thank you for those who donated as well. You guys are awesome. Thank you for your generosity. It always humbles me. And I thank you all for checking me out. And more videos I'm working on them. I'm working, and they will be up. I'll try to stream some more. I know I haven't streamed in a little bit, but I'll get back to streaming, and more videos are coming. So is RE2 Remake. That is definitely coming. You will see that for sure. And yep, I look forward to the day I get to Let's Play RE3 Remake for you guys, and I'm sure we'll all enjoy. See you guys next stream, next video. Thank you again. Later.